Hi, I'm Beth Hinshaw, and I'm here with my mother, Lona Hinshaw, and we're here to give just a couple of garden tips. We are community gardeners here in Hutchinson, and our first tip is that we think you should garden either with your family or friends. And I'll let my mom tell you a little bit about who we garden with.
We garden with my grandchildren and my daughters. We have friends who occasionally come out and help us also.
So that's our first tip. A garden is a big responsibility, and so any kind of help is really good. The other thing is, she mentioned her grandchildren. Gardening is a really wonderful educational opportunity for kiddos. Our next tip for gardening is to get really good information.
I think it's very important to get information that has been provided for Kansas. The Kansas Garden Guide is one of my favorite publications because it has when to plant, when to harvest, things about different crops. I just look always for information either from this type of guide or from other gardeners who have years of experience.
So the Kansas Garden Guide would be available at your K-State Research and Extension office, or you can also get that online. The next thing that we would suggest is making a garden plan. You don't want to just be buying plants and seeds with no idea what you're going to do with them. So one of the things that we do every year is we put together a little garden map. And you'll notice that there's two different maps here because we try to rotate our crops each year. Wherever we've planted the tomatoes last year, we try to plant them someplace else in the next year. And so we have a number of years of our maps, so we know exactly where we've planted things all these years.
I think it's very important to add flowers. I always put 6-foot wide flower, 2 rows of flowers, because I want to bring in the pollinators.
So the nice thing about flowers is not only does it bring in the pollinators, but it always makes your garden always look really cheery and nice. Another tip that we have is just always plan to learn new things. We've gardened for a really long time at the community garden, and really there isn't a year that goes by that we don't learn something new. And if you're thinking about starting a garden, there's still plenty of time. Lots of early things have maybe already gone in, but I think in our area, April 15th is the average frost date, and that's average, which also means that it could frost after that. So we're still going to be planting all of our garden here soon. The last thing that we would say is the Kansas State Fair is really a great place to get inspired about gardening. So next September, definitely come to the fair and see all the great garden exhibits in the Pride of Kansas building and in 4-H Centennial Hall. And also there's just lots of really nice gardens across the grounds of the fairgrounds. So we love to see other gardens and other garden produce because it inspires us about the next year.